Right.
Let's go, baby. And we are live and back at it.
We are live and back.
You know, I have to say, this is probably the first podcast I've been on.
No way.
Yeah, I've at Brooklyn Art Haus, we have a podcast studio downstairs.
Okay.
But
It's collecting dust.
it's kind of, well, we're still
In the process.
in the process of promoting it better. We're getting there.
I hear you.
But this is, I'd say, of this nature of cat podcast, recorded podcast, first time I've done this. It's a lot of fun.
Well,
Okay,
this is
this
a
is
big
great.
deal, and we are going to show the world who this is. But first things first, this is another episode of We're Not Famous with Sam and
Jernavis.
Jernavis.
All right.
Not to be confused with Jernavis.
That's very true. The V is silent.
The V is silent.
Al, this is interesting. You have a podcast also.
Well, we have, so my venue that I have,
Okay.
it's called Brooklyn Art Haus.
You're already plugging the venue.
I know.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
My
That's what
mind
podcasts
has
are for.
instantly been trained to go straight for the plug.
I love it.
At any opportunity I can, just because we're a 2.5-year-old business, and we're trying to promote us as much as we can. So we are a cafe / bar restaurant. The Mouth is our hospitality side, and then we're a theater. We have 2 rehearsal studios and a little podcast room downstairs.
Okay.
And that podcast room we only launched just short of a year ago officially. So we've had a few rentals here and there, but that's one that we'd really want people to take advantage because of. It's a setup not too different from this, but we don't have the cameras yet. We have mostly just audio opportunities, and people can set up their own cameras.
Right,
But seeing how you've done it here
Yeah.
makes it seem that I could do it in a lot more spatial economical way.
Yeah.
We can probably.
I mean,
I'm actually kind of inspired with the cameras that you're using because they don't take up too much space.
No, I mean, this is the big secret, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
pretty damn easy to.
Yeah. No, well, that's the beauty. I mean, and to plug OBS, I mean, this is kind of like, I was just talking to my older brother before I got here about OBS. It's a free software. It's a fantastic universal tool for all podcasters, live streamers.
Yep.
This is what we use to run our live streams. And it's very intuitive. You can add graphics, you can add scenes, you can add anything into it, and it runs in a very kind of basic coding format that anyone can take advantage of it.
We still need a.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not taking the full advantage of it.
full advantage of it.
Well, I discovered OBS over the pandemic. I was doing live streams from home, like little live stream concerts, and that's where I was like, what is this software and how can I use it? So I used to have like little pre-show videos I would put on, or like this episode will begin shortly, graphics.
Maybe you can help us.
Maybe you might be able to. I don't want to talk about this. Honestly.
Right, exactly right.
So,
Now.
yeah,
but
but-
Alex, this is great information.
For me,
Yeah.
this is what I'm dealing with all the time at work because we do the live streams, and I'm the one who's like, we used to live stream through one of our ticketing platforms, but now we mostly live stream through YouTube, and it's constantly navigating the software.
We should be doing that, by the way.
Yeah, that's something we for sure need to
We could definitely
navigate
be live
to,
streaming this
for
on
sure.
YouTube. That would be I think that'd be cool.
In fact, we should do maybe our next episode.
Next episode, let's live stream on
we'll
YouTube.
live stream.
Super easy.
Yeah.
OBS, the recent plugin updates makes going live.
We need your help, Alex.
Like it connects YouTube and OBS in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get into all the
We want to give
folks
some
on you,
background.
Yeah.
how did you guys meet?
So Sam and I guess junior fall of college, we went to separate colleges. He went to Muhlenberg, I went to Skidmore, but we both did this theater study abroad program in Italy called the Accademia dell'Arte, where you're studying this Renaissance era of theater, Commedia dell'arte, which is it's mass theater, so you're learning how to be very specific in your physicality and your work. It's very much theater that fits in a form and has archetypes. So a lot of Looney Tunes is rooted in that. And I mean, the abbreviated version of this is we did a clown school together. Is what everyone in our group says.
We met at clown school. Yeah,
But it's
Okay,
very specific kind of you have like hierarchies of like Pantalones, the father who's like the wealthy older class, and then you have Arlecchino, who's a servant who he's kind of zipping around.
He's like
and,
the Bugs Bunny.
the Bugs Bunny. So
Okay.
it's playing up different power structures and Capitano, the militant. If a mouse comes across his feet, would be terrified.
Yeah.
So it's
Interesting. Wow.
it's what introduced a lot of what we understand in these power structures within comedy that have existed through vaudeville and onward.
And we had a blast. We had a blast.
How old were you guys during this time?
20
So
years old.
I think I just turned 21 going into the
Oh,
program.
you were the only
yeah.
one who was 20, but we were in Europe.
I was old. I was old for our
so
grade.
the,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the drinking age was 18 over there. But we traveled all over Europe together. We got to know each other extraordinarily well. We had one of the most terrifying we call
trips,
it tripping nightmares.
We were supposed to go to Barcelona, but we bought tickets to this town called Reus, which not knowing that was an hour outside of Barcelona.
No,
Okay.
it was more than an hour.
And I was like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
It was a whole lot of like fun chaos. We like Sam felt like he was out of control as the leader, and
Right.
and like it was a whole like a lot of mishaps happening. It was
Well,
the
I
best,
honestly
best
think
time.
the tripping nightmares is what bonded us for life.
Well, I'd say like that, and there's the trip down to the Amalfi Coast.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But this trip, because this experience as a whole, this whole study brought this like 3-month program, because we're in every class together. We're creating. We got to have like monthly cabarets where we'd produce our own sketches, and Sam really ran with that with some sketches that he created.
I lived for that because
Yeah.
it was in front of the whole school, and you could kind of produce your own work that was outside of the classes.
And we felt like homework fell to the wayside because that's what we cared about.
Got it.
And so I think just we became. I consider my friends from that trip to be some of my closest friends
Today.
in life to this day. Yeah.
Likewise.
Like
Shout out to Roberto.
Sam is one of my oldest friends. Roberto,
Serena.
Dean, Serena,
Seth. Shout out to Seth.
Was this a paid program,
Like,
or did you have to get selected?
It wasn't like you
paid the tuition of the school, but like anyone could. I mean, it was a very weird thing. Not many people would do this.
Well, like it's like a study abroad program. So
Yeah.
you send an application and you get selected for it.
Yeah.
Where a lot of Skidmore kids did a Shakespeare program that is run by Skidmore. This program is a little bit. Muhlenberg had a strong connection to it, but it's run through another school altogether. So you had to seek it out to do this program. You had to kind of like catch wind of it and really pursue it.
So you guys both have a theater background.
Yeah.
Let's go back in the beginning. So as a young kid, how would you kind of describe yourself? Did you play sports? Were you always in theater?
I used to row in high school. I went to boarding school, but I was always more of a music and theater kid as a creative outlet guy.
No one could get this guy in the basketball court. He's the
I-
only guy
I-
who you'd look small next to.
No, he's a big guy.
I know.
Our football.
Oh, yeah. Football.
I played a little bit of football when I was much younger.
Okay.
I think crew was the way to kind of, because my brothers and I, we
He's a big
used to have
guy.
a basketball hoop in our backyard growing up, but I think crew was our end of being like, all right, we're tall, strong guys, but we're not into basketball.
Got it.
So this is our way of like finding a sport that matches our type and personalities a little bit better.
Where's the height come from? Mom, dad, grandfather, where?
I'd say
Both.
probably more likely comes from my mom.
Yeah.
My mom's a pretty tall woman. My dad's 6 foot, and I have some cousins who are actually getting up there, younger cousins who are getting up there now. But my mom and her sister were always tall, and we say that that's the through line for us.
And so when did you get into theater? Was it in high school or
Middle school,
middle school?
and I think for me, music was always like the big through line, and then I kind of really latched onto theater through the middle school plays.
You gotta
and-
understand, this guy is a savant. And it's a shame that like, he can hear any piece of music and instantly be able to recreate it.
Wow.
Piano, guitar, you name
I feel like there's like the world of people who or really like they learn, they like really good at reading sheet music, and like they know how to play stuff. And for me, growing up, my ADD brain. I'd have sheet music in front of me, and then I'd end up being more interested in just like basically playing around, messing around until I figured it out. And then you just eventually you work that muscle enough that you have a good understanding of the machine. You develop an ear. So my improvisational skills and my compositional skills are good. I'm very slow with sheet music, and I like when people want me to accompany them and things. I'm like, I'm not your guy for that. I'm your guy for like if you need me to figure. Like Sam sends me songs he writes all the time, and I don't always get around to it. But he asked me to he asked me to figure out the chords for him, and I just got my guitar and piano and be able to send it his way.
I'll write a song years ago, and then I'll be like, I wish I could still play this. I'll send it to him, and I'll be like, can you tell me what chords I'm playing? And he'll boom, 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 tell it to me.
So that's like for my life. That's always been my creative outlet.
Got it. Who inspired you as a musician growing up?
Who? I mean, I'm a big old rock and roll fan. I'm a huge Beatles fan. I love Meatloaf. I love David Bowie. I love a lot of like more of the obscure stuff as we go deeper dive. Like so, pretty much my music taste comes from like 50s to like 90s is like that range, and like a lot of 80s music in there now, and a lot of film scores. A lot of film scores too.
And what instruments do you play?
Piano and guitar. I have a saxophone because I used to play in the school band alto sax. So I have a tenor sax because I want to go for more of that Clarence. What's his name from?
I'm seeing the Bruce Springsteen movie tonight, by the way.
I'm curious. I am curious about that.
I don't love these music biopics.
I do, but
because I also know where they can screw up. It's the same story. Just
it's well, there's the classic like got famous, did drugs, fell apart, and then struggled. I don't know if that's gonna be.
I recently watched an amazing music movie that I loved, but I know a lot of people would probably hate, called Song to Song. Did you see this? It's Terrence Malick. You know Terrence Malick.
I do know Terrence Malick, but
it stars Michael Fassbender and Ryan Gosling.
Okay.
It's really I think you would like it.
Okay.
It's a really interesting movie about the Austin music scene.
Yeah, that's cool because Daniel Johnson. You know Daniel Johnson. There's a great documentary on this guy, Devil and Daniel Johnson. Guy who dealt with a lot of mental illness. Really beautiful, sweet, naive voice and beautiful song lyrics. Very like kind of cuts straight to the truth of what he's dealing with. But he dealt a lot with like a lot of schizophrenia and paranoia. So he was kind of a big in the Austin scene in the 80s.
Parents, family members, did they play instruments? Songwriters,
Mom did a little piano and sang in school. Dad will be the guy who like he loves his oldies, and a lot of my love for the oldies comes from him. But he'll try to keep the rhythm. But my into my Donald Trump impersonation started with me impersonating with my dad, and then working my way towards Donald Trump. Where like Donald Trump trying to dance.
That's it. That's it right
YMCA.
there. Crazy. So siblings, how many siblings do you have?
So I have 4 siblings. I have 2 half siblings, an older sister and brother who were born in the 70s, and then of my litter, it's my older brother, me, and then my younger brother. So we were all down here this weekend to celebrate my dad's 80th.
And his younger brother is a
film guy, yeah.
I was going to ask that. Yeah, what do they do?
Extraordinarily talented.
So,
but you're really the most creative from like.
I'm the most like artist.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, what do you? Tell me what they do. World.
Gotcha. What do your siblings do for work?
So my older brother he's had a few different pursuits, all within the comp sci world. He lives out
computer science.
In the tech, computer science world of. He lives out in San Fran right now, Silicon Valley area.
Yeah.
And he worked for WeChat for a little when he first graduated college, and he was doing that for a while, so he decided he wanted to bring that to America and do. He created a thing called SoChat, and then tried a few other things. Mm-hmm. He tried a few other different messaging apps to go down that path. And recently, he has hopped on the AI bandwagon and has an app called Channel, where you can generate images with different types of bots. So, like, let's say a bot that wants to focus purely on a cartoon image, then you can put your data into that, and it'll create a cartoon version of your friend. Or
great idea.
So that's his current pursuit.
Okay.
I've observed through him just how hard it is to run a business and how to get something to launch. Mm-hmm. And he's had little blips of like, this is going somewhere, and then you have to pivot because you have to figure. So he's really good at just kind of reading the room in that way.
Okay.
And my younger brother is a bit of a film guy. He's currently working for Sam Harris's company.
But you'll never believe it. I was scrolling Twitter, and I saw this film that caught my eye about how politics is like pro wrestling. They called it kayfabe.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to watch this. And I watched this. It's like a 15-minute video. I watched the whole thing on Twitter. And I'm thinking, like, this is incredible. Then at the end it says, created by Jake Orthwein. Yeah. And I'm like, I just write it. I'm like, you have no relationship to this guy, Jake Orthwein, do you? He goes, that's my younger brother. I go, he just blew my mind.
Crazy.
Yeah, so kayfabe, yeah. And the whole idea that there's a layer of wrestling that's like you can't tell if they're breaking the fourth wall or not, and what's real or not, and what's the performance. And Brett Weinstein or the other Weinstein brother.
Yeah, one of these. He's like a public intellectual. I guess he came up with this theory, and your brother kind of wrote a video essay.
He embellished upon it. Yeah.
Okay.
And based on that, Sam Harris's company approached him, and so Jake recently. It took him a few years, but they recently took it to a few conventions and places. Created a documentary. I think I could be wrong about mushrooms and psychedelics.
Psilocybin.
Yeah, psilocybin. I have to kind of clarify this more with him, but he created this documentary for Sam Harris's company about that and therapeutic benefits and different. Because Sam Harris is a neuroscience at heart. Like, he's become one of these public intellectuals, but he's a neuroscientist. So Jake's been working on these little film projects as well.
Okay.
But he recently moved down the road from me in Brooklyn. And
so he moved from LA. Because as soon as I saw that, I went out to LA and I met with Jake and I just spoke to him for like hours. And, but
Sam really loves Jake.
Yeah.
That makes me very happy. Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, I have spent most of my adult life being the one brother who stayed on the East Coast.
Okay.
And my younger brother went to USC, and so he's just stayed out there in LA all those years.
Yeah.
And then Luke was in San Fran. Jake moved to San Fran for a year.
Gotcha.
And then he and his wife, they just got married this past summer. Back in February, they moved to our neighborhood, and we've
neighbors. Wow.
We've become neighbors.
So out of this group in Arezzo, right? There was all of us. We all wanted to be actors at the time. Was that like a childhood dream that you had?
I think I found acting to be more fulfilled as a dream. I mean, I've always loved doing acting. I think music has always kind of been my core, like the root of who I am is music. And then I found acting to really be my expression. I could have both in the same world. So I think by college, I really honed in that that's a path I wanted to go.
You wanted to make your life about music and acting.
Yeah.
Is that why you went to college?
I went to college not knowing which way I was going to go with all that. So a liberal arts college experience all around. And then like even dabble in education and a few other things, but music and theater, and then really theater major became my real focus.
And then, Alex, I was the first band you were ever in, like the first rock and roll band.
You were the first band I was ever in. So Sam really pursued the singer-songwriter route. And so Sam, Margot, myself, at one point our friend Roberto, plus these two brothers.
Ty and what the hell were their names? Tynan and Colin. Yeah.
Yeah, Ty and Colin. We rehearsed regularly, and Sam booked the gigs, and Sam. It's a real like Felice Brothers vibe that you were trying to go for.
But we had some amazing shows. We played Webster Hall together, which is one of the biggest venues in the city. We played Radio Woodstock. We've got those.
That was fun. Yeah,
yeah, and like
that was really special for me because that just felt like a cool moment where we were on the radio and we were doing something.
We opened for Garland Jeffries.
That was cool too. Out in New Jersey, in Teaneck, New Jersey. This place called.
Wow.
What was the place called? The venue.
Oh my god.
Anyways, Mexicali Live.
Mexicali Live, yeah.
That like you'd have like a '80s hair metal guitarist like in spandex before us, and then we'd go on as kind of this folk act, and then Garland Jeffries doing his more soul, talking about his friendship with Lou Reed and.
Got it.
Yeah.
Alex, do you like identify more as a composer, musician, the artist?
I mean, at this point, artist. There's a while when I was in my early 20s, and our friend Dean and I were really we were trying to write musicals together, and I was really, my outlet was like arranging, composing these songs.
Okay.
Loving that, like the building of songs and like the layers of instrumentation and all that. At this point, I mean, like acting is my longest background in that way too. I've done commercials, I've done a few TV shows, and I've done some plays.
He was in the BlockFi, this crypto company where I had a lot of my crypto on it.
Wow.
And Alex was the face of that brand.
I did one commercial.
And then get this, the company goes under.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, crypto's volatile.
Billions of dollars.
So was this in college or after college? So what's the transition from college to the working world?
So I worked at Renaissance Festival for 3 years, for 3 summers in a row. And that was kind of like my first years out of college, learning improv and immersive character acting, and really embracing that world of me.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Who do you play at the Renaissance?
Well, so my first year I was the gallon beggar, which is the head thief, which I think was kind of a miscasting of me because we quickly pivoted me to the village idiot. So like this clown background I was developing, and this immersive improv character, very much like character-led work that I was doing. That's kind of my immersion to theater and acting in post-college. And then along that, taking classes with our buddy Roberto that eventually networked me to getting an agent and pursuing that, where agent do all just auditioning and on the side singing to kids and doing music because kids are there's my background with kids. I'm Santa Claus during the holiday season and so that's a huge part of my life.
That's something I want to talk to you about because he's done these commercials. He's auditioned.
What type of commercial? I want to hear what type of commercial. What was your first commercial? Let's start there.
So I've only done a few. My first commercial I did was for a dog adoption agency where I'm a guy who decided to get a stick bug because he was too chicken to get a dog, and then immediately regretted getting a stick bug because a stick bug does nothing.
Okay.
So I'm just tapping a window, be like, shit, I should have got a dog.
Got it. How was that experience? Were you nervous? Were you excited?
I mean being in front of a camera, like you get used to it now. Like there's always an energy there. I think. I was just excited. My way to when I'm in a doctor's office or anything like that, my way to calm myself down, I feel like this must be the mechanism. Otherwise, I become very outgoing and talkative and cracking jokes. And I love to crack jokes on set. I love to kind of like ease the room as much as possible in my way. So I had a lot of fun with that. I think I did a Remax commercial in Canada, in Toronto. Wow. I did this cryptocurrency commercial.
Okay.
And he really, I love it. Like, sometimes your friend gets to the show, you're like, oh, that's all right. He crushes it. He crushes
For the
it.
Remax or the...
I think that's kind of more comedic than not. It's like
Okay.
a comfort zone for me.
Got it. So
like playing a very like buffoon version of myself or like heightened version of myself is like a niche that everyone
John
pivots
Candy?
towards.
Yeah, he's got
John
the John
Candy
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit?
I really
Which
think
I want to see that documentary.
I'm going to watch
Yeah.
it. It's on my list
we
now.
really should make a remake of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I think that would be a very, I think you were trying to conceive that with Paidfield, but I think like it would work with us very well.
It would have been us. But something I think that's just so really impressive about you and that I really admire is you're not afraid to do these other jobs that actors get. Like you'll play the Easter Bunny or
I did this thing called Full
play
Bunny Contact, which was kind of like you're in a cage match with the Easter Bunny, and you're trying to collect eggs, and the Easter Bunny's like whacking your basket out of the way.
Are you serious?
I mean, I love like haunted houses. I love this kind of.
I love haunted houses also.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
He
love
really,
him.
like he does these festive things which keeps our culture alive. And the fact that you play Santa Claus, I know now that you have Brooklyn Art Haus, it's not.
So Santa Claus is right now kind of a little bit on a pause because twin babies and Brooklyn Art Haus, but
Okay.
that's a. I've been since I was 10 years old. My dad used to play in our community, do Santa Claus, and
Okay.
I very much wanted my own suit by 10 years old, and I that is of all the things I've done, the most it channels what my heart desires the most.
Got it. That's the most rewarding?
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
And
Wow.
I sat on Santa's lap when he played Santa.
I can see you doing
I
that.
felt the magic.
Christopher? You felt Christopher?
I really, like, and I'm Jewish, and I felt what those kids feel, and I said, this is something extraordinarily special.
I appreciate that.
This
buddy.
is something extraordinarily special.
Interesting.
And you would never in a million years know it's him.
I bet.
It looks like it's crazy. It's crazy.
I believe it. I think he has to look for it for sure.
Yeah.
So after the Renaissance, then you start doing these commercials.
I did like some television but like those gigs, like they're like 2 days of your life, and
Okay,
then what
yeah.
else? So pandemic happened.
Okay.
Colleen and I did some.
Colleen's his wife.
My wife,
for
yeah.
sure.
So I guess there was one of the like extracurricular things that I had loved. A community I found was through these apartment shows, where we do these tribute concerts. Just through this organization that was around called Artery, and a group of us who would get together, pick an artist, cover their songs, and kind of celebrate their history and all that. And then Colleen and I, during the COVID, took live requests and we did some songs. And through that, she's the one who suggested, rather than instead of doing shows at our apartment, why don't you open your own venue?
That was Colleen's idea.
That was Colleen's idea. And
Is your wife, is she in music too, or
she has a beautiful voice.
Okay.
She came from a choir background in high school days. She's a therapist, and she's she's a very talented person, but that's never a career choice of hers.
Got it.
She was actually my first podcast guest ever.
Got it.
When I did,
When
I used to do a podcast for my American Healthcare
Company,
Capital.
yeah. You're still with today. Too.
Yeah, and I
Over a decade?
9 years. I interviewed
9
her
years.
about the how COVID was affecting the behavioral health business.
So you opened what transition?
So through post-COVID years, I took that suggestion quite seriously, and really when I get a passion project, I hone in and focus really hard on it, and you get a little tunnel vision, and I start talking to people about what would they want out of a venue, and then through that I met my business partner. Through a friend of ours, he connected me to my dear friend now and business partner Isaac Bush, and when we met, we were like, we're serious about this. Okay. So we did a few test shows at my apartment, and during that time we really hashed out what we wanted out of a space, what kind of community we wanted to form, how do we generate this kind of European model where hospitality can exist in the same place as a performance, and having multiple things that can help drive different forms of revenue and different forms of community all together, and create this dialogue and create a space where the artist and the audience are connected. And
did he have a background in this?
His background, he came from performance and directing background. He's run a few theater companies. One in particular he has is Simple Machine, is his theater company that he runs and does productions out in Europe and different places. A Devise theater company. He's had a background in hospitality much more than I ever did.
Okay. And what services do you guys provide? What's it called again? Can you also name?
So the venue it's called Brooklyn Art Haus, spelled Haus.
Okay.
Or Ba.
Ba.
And then the restaurant, which is branded in its own way, is called The Mouth.
Okay.
It's umbrellaed all together, but we market it a little separately so that if you're looking up where do I go to food, you're not dining at a theater, you're dining at a restaurant.
Okay.
So,
what type of food do you guys serve there?
it's Mediterranean American now. So originally it was a little bit more towards the Mediterranean full-heartedly, and now so we have hummus, baba ganoush, labna, all those things. But we also have a really good burger and tater tots and steak option as well, and chicken sandwich option. So
that's on one side, right?
How often do you eat there?
I'm eating there. Whenever I'm doing the closing shift, I'm eating there. So
got it. And then on the other side, what are the services?
So we have the theater. So we do either co-productions or we do rentals. Well, predominantly 99.9% it's
Rentals.
Or co-productions.
Oh wow. Super cool.
We offer a situation where it's zero cost up front. It's a 70-30 split. We have to just make a minimum within our 30%, and then if it hits past that certain point, it's just a 70-30 split.
Okay.
Is it 70 to the artist?
Yeah.
So let's say I wanna produce my own show where I'm playing my songs, or me and Jernavis want to take the show.
So
live.
we could do that. Yeah. So which puts it on from a marketing standpoint. We do on the Instagram, we do on our TVs, we do on the website, flyers, but you'd have to also really promote a lot of the show because, especially where we're at, we still very much heavily rely on producers to bring their audiences to us.
Do you guys collect the revenue too?
Yeah.
And then you cut the check at the end, or
Yeah,
direct
exactly.
deposit.
Yeah.
I know that. Okay.
So the rental model is it's a minimum of 3 hours. I'll just put it out there like it's $250 for a minimum of 3 hours. So you're starting off with $750, and you could just rent the space for a minimum of 3 hours and do whatever you want in there. I mean, not whatever you want, but like you have a little bit more control over your own show.
And how big is this space?
Massive. It's like 8,000.
It's basically broken down to 3 retail units that we've converted into one big unit. So was it 1,500? Was just the one room square feet, but the capacity for the space is about 250.
But it's 8,000 square feet total.
Yeah, I was saying totality. It's the total is like.
Yeah, I have to redo the math in my head a little bit.
Could you have a restaurant? I mean, you have.
Theater. It's a sliver of a restaurant.
I would love to see it.
So we have also this lounge space that's serving as our gallery space. We hang art. We do group shows predominantly that go on for about a month and a half, and then in that room it's kind of a co-working space.
Okay.
Along with we have a little 1/4-inch stage that. We do open mics and some stand-up stuff happens there.
How often do you do the open mics?
Like at least once a week is open mic.
For stand-up or for?
Well, stand-up for both. There's people who produce that, and then we have like every Saturday, this one guy, Adam Malev, he has a a weekly Saturday stand-up show that he does at 9:00 in that room. So that's that's a consistent show that's been happening. But
what's the hardest part about running this venue?
So we have a lot of wonderful art that comes through. It's continually building the traffic.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
building the
foot
traffic, the foot traffic,
the census,
we wanting bar sales to food and bar sales to go up beyond. Right now we have
you guys have a liquor license.
We have a liquor license, so we have a full.
Wow.
So right now we heavily rely on shows. They bring their audience pre-show. Show happens. Sometimes intermission goes back to the bar, and then they hang out at the bar afterwards.
Got it.
And I think one major thing where we want to level up is having that foot traffic in the restaurant, regardless of a show.
Yeah.
Pick up a little bit more. That's tough. You're navigating a lot of different. We have kind of the variety shows, the circus shows, comedy, all that. We have the formula of how things work, but we're working with a lot of different types of shows. So sometimes, like, you have one thing that's low stakes, kind of chill, and then all of a sudden, the next night, 200 people, and how do you navigate that?
Yeah.
So,
how many employees do you have?
You're asking me to count baristas and bartenders, and we have at least 2 kitchen staff, plus our manager, my whole team, my whole tech team of people who is a rotating Rolodex of people who are available. So between 15 and 20 people.
Wow. What would you say is your most profitable service that you guys render?
Well, I mean, hospitality will always be the economical drive of what we do. What brings people in is the performances and that. But from a sales standpoint, hospitality will always be the driver.
And how do you do you guys put up signs in the city? Like, have you experimented with billboards or anything like that, or no?
Not they'll have the budget to do billboards and stuff.
I believe that. Yeah.
Instagram. Okay. We put flyers around the neighborhood. And word of mouth,
and your partners. See, your partners are really the people that are renting out your space. They essentially are marketing billboards for you, if you think about it, because they have to use your location, so they have to market.
You mean
on their
partners
platform.
as in, like, the producers of shows?
Yeah, the people that are renting. Think about it, because hey, my program, my service, this play, this whatever's going to be over at the Brooklyn Art Haus, and they're promoted on their platform or on their IG, whatever it may be. So that's like free for you guys also.
Yeah, and that's in our agreements with producers. That's really what they have to realize is that they're pushing. It's only going to be beneficial for all of us if all parties are pushing as hard as they can.
What's been the most successful performance you guys have had? Or production?
I'd say the one that is an easy draw to go to as a consistent draw for large crowds. Like every time we've hosted this one show, it's always brought about 100 people in. And it's called Poly Oxenfree. And it's a polyamorous dating show where
wow.
It's cool. It's run by it's run by Rose Oser, and it's basically people are pitching themselves on a PowerPoint to some people and kind of like navigating this, and then what's great is that one person who gets to be on the show invites all their coworkers, and they invite all their friends because our friend's going to be on this game show, and then that brings a huge crowd, and it's really been a fun show to have, and then everyone hangs around afterwards. So that's been, I mean, we've had events on large scale. Like New York Comedy Festival is a big thing for us. So like in about a few weeks from now, we're about to have a week of a lot of intense runs. We're currently doing, we're in our busy season. Right now we're doing Rocky Horror Picture Show for the next week and a half.
Even after Halloween, you're doing
until November 2nd. So
November 2nd? Okay.
So Kitchen Sink Theater Company is doing this. And those two events are also our main big pushes as well. So,
and what's the vision for Brooklyn Art Haus in the next like 3 to 5 years? If you could just project and create that vision for what you wanted to grow to.
So for us, it's really. I mean, one thing we're currently working on is a not-for-profit wing, so we could really embrace opportunities for companies to come in and take advantage of our space in a way that's economically sound for everyone and keeps it affordable for everyone. So growing and developing that and growing more of an international pull is a huge goal for us. On a large scale, it's just kind of establishing ourselves as a community hub for a lot of these communities that exist within our theater world, whether it's our clown world, our circus world, comedy world, variety world, the LGBTQ community that's really embraced us, really just growing these bonds and connections we have with people, and being, again, establishing things where people latch onto the mouth, and all these things kind of just really just gain momentum.
Do you have like a vision of, I mean, 250 people, that's off Broadway, right?
We are off Broadway, yeah.
So what about having like a running play of like a Hamlet or a Macbeth or a Arthur Miller play or a Tennessee Williams? Or
so our mission statement, like our parameters are kind of fairly open, but one of the hard lines that we've really tried to stick with is focusing on new and original work.
Okay.
So rather than bring an Arthur Miller play and doing a long run of that, we'd rather someone bring in because just as a way to say that exists elsewhere. So for us, we're focused on bring your own run of a play that you've created, and work on that as well as the multidisciplinary element. So we were able to project on all of our walls and do things. So we really look for people to be creative and take advantage of these resources we have. So what we focus on is we do runs. A lot of times we change over from night to night performances, but people do like a Thursday through Sunday for 2 weeks, and we say, okay, we want to support this. Can you sell out these dates and make that really work out? So navigating that with producers. But yeah, that's really that's kind of like the real creative mission statement of the spaces, that original work element to it.
So this is interesting to me because now you're a businessman.
Yeah.
What do you find more passion or, I think, intrinsic motivation? Is it being an artist, creating, acting, or now running a business? Which one kind of provides more?
Kind of what gets you through the everyday exhaustion of stacking chairs and all that, is there's certain nights where you're just able to be present to the work that's happening, and being really proud as a facilitator, and saying this is why we're doing what we're doing, because you're seeing this. I've seen some beautiful contemporary classical orchestrations happening in the space, and while doing projections, and I listen to the music and the song, and it moves me so much, or seeing some beautiful movement pieces or dance companies coming through, or solo clown shows, or this one show I'll plug because we're huge fans. Is wow! Now that I say that out loud, the words aren't coming to my mind of putting the title on the show. But our friend Sloan has this character, this Officer Scott character that it's kind of a real Chris Farley vibe, like this balding cop, sunglasses, really intense character, but who really has a soft heart. Mm-hmm. And this show she started to produce, she used to do it just as a character, mm-hmm. and now has developed this whole show around it and has done it a few times at our space. And it's one of those things where it's like we've been on that journey along with her, and have really
seen it grow, huh?
You've seen it grow.
That's nothing like it.
And it's just like this is talent.
Yeah.
At its purest. This is really something. And
Alex,
so in those moments, you just feel proud of being a facilitator and say, we got to keep this train chugging because this is what we live for.
Right. Who's your Mount Rushmore for actors or actresses?
Let's see.
That's top 4.
Ooh,
top 4. I could put John Candy up there for myself.
Woo!
I definitely have. I did the monologue from Trains, Planes, and Automobile where he's in the hotel in my acting class. I did the monologue where he's like,
to go.
The one where the hotel room's like, yeah, you can poke fun of me and all those ones.
Yeah.
And that's always moved me. And also his speech from Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, yep.
Yeah.
Number 1, John.
It's funny because I could put movies in this list, but putting actors in this list is the hard one. It's a lot because a lot of the classics. Philip Seymour Hoffman again. Kind of go for the one. I'm so trained as an actor who's pitching himself to people.
Yeah.
To like go for like who fits your type.
I figured.
So like Philip Seymour Hoffman comes up there.
I see you like.
All right, that's 2.
I see. I also see some John C. Reilly.
Well, don't let him.
I definitely love him a lot.
Who do you like to watch?
I mean, I'm a David Lynch fan.
Okay, that's 3. There it is.
But David Lynch is, so Twin Peaks, all.
Okay.
So if we're talking like what's artistic expression,
yeah.
Almost Famous and David Lynch are like the worlds of David Lynch and the movie Almost Famous were huge.
And
hits
one more.
me.
Give me one more. You got one more in you.
Well, who's your favorite actor in the David Lynch? Kyle MacLachlan or?
Kyle MacLachlan is definitely up there. Yeah, he's a huge one for me. I feel like Colleen at this point could probably articulate this for me in this moment, because I'm also I guess it's like going with directors almost, because I'm like I love Tim Burton, I love David Lynch, I love the movie Brazil, and I love Baron Munchausen and Labyrinth and all
Terry
these
Gilliam did
Terry Gilliam movies. And so Robin Williams. I guess Robin Williams is, high on my list.
I see that for
Robin Williams would be high on my list. If I look at all the spirit of a human,
okay,
that's high up there for me. I put Robin Williams high up there.
Well, I think that's a good list. John Candy, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Robin.
And Philip Seymour Hoffman's like vibes that I generate with, but like John Candy and Robin Williams would be, and then a lot of it's like aesthetic, world building things that I really embrace, and theater of the absurd, kind of those elements. I am a huge David Lynch fan. Twin Peaks. Sam turned me out to Twin Peaks like 13 years ago.
Okay.
And I'd never turned back. And anywhere from like a Straight Story to Eraserhead, and I love Elephant Man. That movie Elephant Man is such a big one.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
You should do a production of that at the theater.
I would love to. Like, that's a character I would love to play. For me, it's like Lenny of Mice and Men, Lenny and the Elephant Man. I'm not afraid to lean into my inner Lenny.
Okay.
I could kill a few rabbits.
Alex, what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Best piece of advice. Let's see. There's a lot of. I talked to Colleen and I've talked to my mom about this. There was a time in my life where I was feeling low and kind of like not sure if people were, if I was in on the joke, if I was the joke. And my mom, I think this is more of a self-realization than a piece of advice, but realized that I was able to talk to my mom in that moment as a friend rather than as a parent. Kind of shifted a lot of things. I know for me, patience is key. Patience is huge,
key.
And embracing your weird self for all that it is.
Love it.
And listening to your own sense of integrity.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. And in business, what's been the hardest part so far? It's 2 years in with you and your partner.
So it's like it comes down to like construction woes of plumbing not being done right. So toilets flooding, upstairs toilets flooding our office, and not to get to nuances of things, but like just ever changing. The team changing, like just life happens and people have to go and roles shift and people need to be with family and that's a journey.
But I mean, there's also some extremely hard. Like sometimes you have to lay people off. Like
well, there's definitely moments where, there's moments where you just being a manager is a navigation as well, and it's.
So do you play more of the day-to-day operations, and your partner is more?
We're both in it every day.
Okay, I know you did allude to that. You do the night shift. Is that what it?
Well, so like the way that we have the roles broken down is there's like the 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Opening shift. Okay. And then there's 2 p.m. to closing shift, and we all take turns alternating when we're doing. We all do at least one closing shift, if not 2 or 3.
What's closing time?
Closing time on a weeknight where there's not much afterwards is 10 p.m.
Okay.
If we have 2 shows at night, it's closed at midnight. We have the ability to stay open until 2 a.m. So when we do nightlife, that's where we stay up till 2 a.m. But yeah, the hardest is just continually climbing that mountain of getting there.
Do you think you're famous?
Do I think I'm famous? I think it's been fun having people that we admire. Like Bill Orthwein came through our doors once.
Wow.
And people we know.
Really, who's Bill Orthwein?
He's a clown. He was do you ever see the Grinch, Ron Howard Grinch movie?
The Grinch.
He plays the dad. He plays the dad in that movie.
Yeah, is he like? I don't know if he's.
He comes from a clown background, but he's also done a lot of television film. Yeah. Anyways, he came through our door.
I'll tell you, at his wedding, he had hundreds and hundreds of people, and Alex is famous to such a core group of people.
Well, Alex, how would you define being famous?
I think there's for me, I have a reputation amongst friends, and I'm very proud of that reputation. Okay. It's fun, business-wise, it's fun getting known, where my mom is like, hang out with a friend, is like, oh, my friend's daughter is doing something at this place called Brooklyn Art Haus. And it's like,
that's super
cool. So the words getting out there. Fame beyond just having a reputation that precedes along. There's like classic fame where it's where it's public image.
Was that ever a goal of yours?
I think a goal of mine was always
to be famous, to be like tabloid famous.
I think young kid me was has a desire to be doing those things, but at the core, it's always been able to have consistency in doing the things I love doing, and just finding the avenues that allow me that.
Got it. Last question for you. What is the legacy you want to leave behind?
Being kind to each other and just sharing a love for art, and a love for people, and a love for empathy and passion, and that passion matters.
It gave me chills,
and that
I really believe that's what you're your role.
I think the things that I'm passionate about, I'm really passionate about, and the things, and for me, it's a lot about really just taking a moment and being and there's always time for patience and love.
Yes, love it. Yeah. Patience and love.
Big A, Big Buddy. We call him Big Buddy. This was amazing.
Okay, Big Buddy.
Thank you so much for
this. Was a lot of fun.
We appreciate you, Alex, for coming on.
I love this shit. Yeah, I mean, for me, speaking about the highs and lows of business, there's always nuances and all that, but it's just tough.
And you come from a family. You come from a business family. Like, it's in your blood, you know.
Well, and so my dad has been very keen on checking in, and he's been good about giving advice, but not wanting to step on too many toes. But also be like, Alex, in order for this to work, you have to make it work this way. And he's
been a good mentor.
He's always been a good mentor. I feel like there's a layer. So Sam's kind of speaking. My dad's had. I've learned. I was talking to my cousin about this yesterday. How you start a business, you really learn how hard it is, and how amazing it is when you have a family member who's successful in business.
That's deep.
Because
that's very deep.
This has humbled me a lot.
Yeah.
It just on the.
It's exactly.
I didn't get an MBA or anything like that. I didn't go to college for business, but I don't come from an economic background.
Yeah.
But my dad has, in his own right, been very successful in business.
Okay.
And you just learn what a stroke of both talent and luck and a touch of magic and hard work that takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
interesting. Wow.
Well, this was another episode of We're Not Famous with Sam Jernavis, our fantastic guest, Alex Orthwein. We will be posting his links to his Instagram, website, everything else. Go over, if you're in New York, go to the Brooklyn Art Haus.
Brooklyn Art Haus.
Check out Rocky Horror this week, and check out some other productions. And thanks again, Alex.
Thank you, guys.
Until next time.
Until next time.